Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everybody. So we are from Group 1. Today we are going to present our discussion about mathematics education research problem. And before that, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Afiliani Hanif Salma and my partner.
My name is Rahmanul Asif.
Okay. So today we are going to talk about understanding of the problem, search of the problem, problem identification, and problem formulation. First, we'll talk about understanding the problem. The problem is a question because of the gap between expectation and achievement. This gap appears because regularly and systematically there is something that is not accordance with the assumption and assumption so far. This gap can be the form of inequality, imbalance, deficiency, congestion, ingredient, and the like. The formulation of the problem does not have to be in the form of a question sentence. So in the formulation of the problem, it can be the form of statement, but it contains questions that need to be answered. For the example of problem is the law of mathematics learning achievement of student majoring in FMIPA Jambi University. Do students' attitude towards mathematics affect their learning outcomes? The inability of students majoring in science to solve math problems? Is there a difference between girls and boys in their ability to visual space? And the last example is the use of calculator more efficient in solving math problems for high school students? Next, we will talk about source of problem. So problems that can be investigated are actually unlimited in number, but often prospective research have difficult to finding problems that are suitable for them. The research problem can be seen as a variable that become the main theme of research so that it can initially be identified through a general topic. Problem identification is classifying information that results in gaps in our knowledge. In there, if there are conflicting results, if there is a fact and we intend to explain the research. Search can be used as a reference to identify a research problem. So this is the sum of search of problem. The first is experience. Among the most fruitful search for beginning research are their own experience as educational practitioner. Teachers have intuition and hunches about the new relationship or why certain things in school happen to the way do. And the next source of the problem is observation of educational practice. Observation of educational practice are a rich source of research problem. Research problem can be raised from the results of observation of certain relationships that have not or do not have in adequate explanation basis and routine ways of carrying out an action that are based on and for the example is an expert from BP3K staff saw that in original survey there were many children of school age who were not in school even though the Impress Elementary School was already there. The next search of the problem is deduction from theory. Theory is a concept that still contains general principle whose application is not known as long as it has not been tested empirically. empirically. And the next is search is literature or research on research results. Research journal are report of research result that can be used as a search of problem. And a good research report usually include recommendation for the future research related to the research. And the next search is social problem. Social problem that are happening can provide meaningful input for other research to be used as a research problem. For example, the problem of fight between students, the number of unemployed among college graduates, and so on. The next source of the problem is practical situation. Practical situation, especially in relation to certain decision making, often call for evaluative research. For example, an education administrator in District of Central Maluku said that the decline in the quality of education in Central Maluku was due to the lack of dedication of teachers from elementary to high school. A researcher was moved to test the truth of that statement. And the last search of the problem is scientific meeting. Problem can be obtained through scientific meeting such as seminar, discussion, workshop, conference, and so on. And for the in qualitative research, there will be three possibilities for the problem brought by research. Of the proposal with the research title is same. And the second is the problem brought by researcher after entering the developing research into expand or deepen the problem that has been prepared. It can be concluded that there are not many changes, so the title of the research is quite refined. And the last is the problem brought by researcher after entering the field changed completely, so they had to replace research problem. Thus, the title of the proposal with the research title is not same and the title is changed. In certain institutions, the title is changed often experience qualitative difficulties. It must be able to adapt for the characteristic of these qualitative problems. And the next will be explained by Rahma.
Okay, for the third materials is problem identification. Identification of research problems are one of the most important steps in writing a thesis. Thesis or dissertation is the selection of problems. According to Furkan 2005 on page 67, that research and formulation of problems is one of the most important aspects in the implementation of research in any field. Research problems are problems that allow empiric investigation. The significance of the problem is the rationale of something studied. The significance of the problems explains to the reader why the study is important and shows the reader the reason the researcher chose the problem. Because research requires knowledge, expertise, time planning, and cost, the issues studied should be really important. Research problems are not the same as ordinary problems. Research problems are expressed in formal form in order to be related to empirical investigation, namely investigations related to the collection and management of data. In research, the problems we solve do not exist, but must be important to solve and have not been studied by others. It is the statement of Sanusi in 1998 on page 13. And the part of our materials is problem formulation. Problem formulation is a form of the question that can guide researchers to collect data in the field. Based on the level of explanation of a symptom, there are generally three forms of problem formulation by Sugiono 2017, namely descriptive, comparative, and associative problem formulation. Descriptive problem formulation. Descriptive problem formulation is a problem formulation related to the question of the existence of self-contained variables, either on only one or more variables, or stand-alone variables. So in this study, researchers did not make comparison of those variables in other samples and look for the relationship of that variable with other variables. For the example of descriptive problem formulation is how well does the Department of Education perform? What is the attitude of the community towards state university, and how high is the effectiveness of school-based management policies in Indonesia. And the second is comparative problem formulation. Comparative formula is a research problem formula that compares the existence of one or more variables on two or more different samples or at different times. For the example, is there a difference in learning achievement between students from public and private schools? Is there a difference in teacher work discipline between schools in the city and in the village? Is there a difference of learning motivation and learning outcomes between students who come from the family of teachers, private employers, and traders? And next. The third is associative problem formulation. Associative problem formulation is a research problem formulation that asks the relationship between two or more variables. There are three forms of this relationship: symmetrical relationship, causal relationship, and interactive or reciprocity. For symmetrical relationship, a symmetrical relationship is a relationship between two or more variables that happen to appear together. So neither causal nor interactive. The example of problem formulation is follows. Is there a relationship between a house near the railway and the number of children? Is there a relationship between hair color and school leadership skills? And is there a relationship between the number of umbrellas sold and the number of school students? The second relationship is causal relationship. Causal relationships are causal relationship. So in Indonesia, causal relationship adalah hubungan yang bersifat sebab akibat. So here are independent variables or variables that affect, and dependent variable or variable that influence. The example of causal relationships are: does the effect of parental education have on a child's learning performance? How much influence does the leadership of the head of a vocational high school have on the speed with which graduates get a job? And how much influence does classroom have on the efficiency of learning in high schools? The third relationship is interactive or reciprocity relationship. Interactive relationships are relationships that influence each other. It is not known which independent variable or dependent variables are. The examples of interactive relationships are the relationship between motivation and learning achievement of elementary schools children in sub-district A. Here can be stated motivation affects achievement, but also achievement can affect motivation. Other example is the relationship between intelligence and wealth. Intelligence can lead to richness. So can rich people increase intelligence because nutrition is fulfilled. So the conclusions of our materials, the problem is a statement that requires discussion, solving information that implies the possibility of empirical data collection and analysis. Problems can be identified or searched for if there are deviations between experience and reality, between what is plain and reality. There are complaints and competitions. Identification of research problems, one of the most important steps in writing a thesis or dissertations is the selection of problems. Problem formulation is a form of the question that can guide researchers to collect data in the field. Based on the level of explanation of a symptom, there are generally three forms of problem formulation by Sugiono 2017, namely descriptive, comparative, and associative problem formulation. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, please ask to us. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.